Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SPW. I am your host, Nick, and tonight, of course, if you can't tell by the arena, we are featuring Superman. But I wanted to see this match for so long, it's just been a long time coming, so we have Superman versus one of my personal favorites from the Invincible cartoon, Omniman, voiced by J.K. Simmons, Oscar award-winning J.K. Simmons, I might add. Omniman comes down to the ring. He stands 6'2", weighs 250 pounds. I don't know how old he is because, I mean, he looks like he's maybe in his 50s, right? You know, this guy, he's a little silver fox going on there. But, turns out, you know, he's, many thousands of years old. So that might skew your view of, humanity, you know, a little bit. They're like, you know. Yeah, specifically, he kind of views them like pets a little bit. And, you know, pets, you know, they've got a very short lifespan. You know, you replace one with a new one. It's kind of a disturbing viewpoint that he's got. I don't want to get into it too much, but go watch the show. If you don't know, there's a new season coming out. I think February 6th, actually, matter of fact. But there's 2 seasons already and a spin-off, and it's good stuff. But, of course, Omni-Man would be nothing were it not for this man, his inspiration, if nothing else. Superman, he comes down to the ring standing 6'3", weighs 220 pounds, looks a lot like Henry Cavill. until they cast a new Superman, which I know that they have, but you know, until I see the new Superman, we're gonna stick with Henry Cavill on the channel. I'm sure as soon as there's a new one, there will be a new model available, and guess what? I'll jump on it. Of course, I try to keep things current around here. That's what we do on SPW. Just in case this is your first time watching, we just we pick the characters that, thankfully, the 2K community has graciously done the hard work and made for us. We set the difficulty to the tops. We set the stats where I think they should be. I'll be honest right now, I'm pretty sure both of these guys are 100 because they're Superman level power. They might both be 99. I don't know if I have any. Well, you know what? I can't honestly say. If anybody is 100, it's these two. But either way, well, this is a standard, just, you know, play by the rules kind of a match, because, frankly, with these two characters, I didn't want this to get too crazy. I didn't want the world to get destroyed in the process. These two guys can totally do, like, the whole Dragon Ball Z thing and just, you know, punch a hole through the planet. So it's like, you know what? Keep it in the ring. So they're kind of pulling their punches, I'm sure. But I do like, I'll be honest right now, you don't very often on the channel see 2 guys both wearing capes. Let alone, you don't see people manhandle Superman like that. Omni-Man. Just body slamming him down. Oh, look at this. And now, used his leg to kind of help get him up, but it still works all the same. Able to kind of just deadlift Superman over his head, dropping him down. I mean, he's got to be, well, how tall did I say? 6 foot something, and with 2 foot arms. He's about an 8-foot drop. Give or take. But Superman able to get to his feet quickly. He does recover quick. I mean, I can't remember. Oh man, it's been a minute. I'm in between seasons, so you know if you know anything about Invincible, even like in season 2, they kind of make fun of the fact that how long it takes to animate a show, and they show you in a very brilliant clip of like here's some things that animators do to try to cut corners. Because it's hard to make a cartoon. Which is amazing. Oh, Superman! Flying Superman punch just kind of clotheslines him, and Omni-Man has to check out of the ring, but diving over the top rope! Superman answers back! By the way, if you didn't notice already, we are, of course, in Superman's home arena, in the Fortress of Solitude, which is always a little weird. It sounds kind of depressing. Like, Superman's not emo. Like, if Superman was all dressed in black and all emo, that, you know, then it makes perfect sense to have a Fortress of Solitude. You should have, like, a Fortress of Oneness, or something. I don't know. The guy's got to be more zen than anybody, because if he loses his temper, it's a problem for the world. Illustrated perfectly by Omni-Man. Oh! That's why this is such a good matchup. Really, this is kind of like, you know, Superman on a bad day just becomes Omni-Man. That's pretty much what it is. I'm like, the name of the species of Omni-Man's people is right on my tongue. I know it starts with like a V, and I'm going to butcher it. So I'm just going to wait. Leave me a comment if you remember. Oh, it's a Viltrumite! Ha-ha! Sorry, spoiled my own setup. Oh, but look at that! We had an 8 count, and Omni-Man went inside the ring, came back out, breaks up the count. He wants to see an end to this, and so do I, so thank you, Omni-Man. Again, J.K. Simmons, one of my all-time favorite, just actors, but specifically voice actors, because he's got such a just awesome voice. I mean, he was born to play J. Jonah Jameson. Obviously, Omni-Man is great, but J. Jonah Jameson, the fact that they brought him back in like, he was in the original trilogy, if you didn't know by now, sorry to spoil it, but he was the original J.J. Jameson. But incidentally, yeah, when they brought him back to the MCU, it was just like, oh, that's a fanboy dream, because I can't imagine anybody doing it better. Oh, Superman drops him to his spine on the outside of the ring right now. These two content to fight outside. I mean, I don't imagine that ice is very forgiving. It's probably much more painful than actually being inside that ring. I mean, I know that if you've ever been slammed in a ring, it's pretty much just plywood with a thin layer of some spongy material and a spring underneath. It's not all that forgiving. I mean, it definitely takes some getting used to. So, incidentally, the fact that these two duking it out outside the ring on that unforgiving ice just goes to show that how tough both of these guys are. 1, 2. Ooh, Omni-Man gets a 2 count on Superman. Right now, Omni-Man in control. Look at this. Oh, going for the spinning power bomb and lands it. And goes for the pin. Superman on his back. 1, 2. Kicks out. Omni-Man. Upset, but he does look like a guy who is often upset. Hey, but look at that. Never too upset to pose for the crowd. Oh, but mistimes it, and Superman able to get back in, countering. Oh, and landing a big clothesline in the corner. Right now has Omni-Man reeling. What is this? Drapes him across the turnbuckle. That busts him open. What is inside that turnbuckle? I mean, is there... I know that, you know, Superman's weakness is wow. Green. No. I'm just having a total brain fart right now. Kryptonite. Jeez. Yeah, sometimes when you're on the air, your brain and your mouth just aren't working together. But what would be the Viltrumite's kryptonite? Is that what they're called? Viltrumites? That just occurred to me. Anyways, back to the action. Oh, Superman, look at that. Lands a spear, stomping him in the corner. Again, what's going on with these turnbuckles? I feel like Superman knows something we don't. This is his home arena. Oh, landing a massive spear in the center of the ring, going for the pinfall. Will that be enough? 1, 2. Oh, a kick out. Superman thought he had it. I'm starting to wonder. I'm like, I think there's kryptonite inside these turnbuckles, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it's the ropes themselves. Maybe that's why they have that tinted green. Superman right now going up top. High flying. You'd expect nothing less. Lands the Macho Man drop. Ooh, yeah. 1, 2. Still another kick out. Omni-Man. I mean, come on. This guy, I mean, if you watch the show, it's pretty violent. I mean, the gore is not for kids. We'll just throw that out there. But it's impressive what they can take and survive. But you'd expect nothing less out of guys that are as powerful as Superman. I mean, he is pretty much the measure by which all other superheroes are measured. So, oh, look at that though! Double-armed pile driver. That might have done it. 1, 2. Oh, Superman. That was 2 9/10. I don't believe it. I thought for a moment that we were about to see the end of Superman. And, I mean, Omni-Man, he's got more experience. You just got to give him that. Superman, relatively a baby by comparison. Definitely, I mean, as many fights as he's been in, Omni-Man has been in more. Superman's been around since like the 20s, but Omni-Man, again, many millennia. It's It's kind of scary to think about. Especially when you think about this isn't his first planet he's been to. He's been on many and destroyed most of them along the way. So, not the friendliest fella, but you know he had a change of heart. So who knows? There's hope for Omni-Man. Here we go. Ow! Omni-Man again kicks out Superman. Thought he had it once more, but these two. Look at this. Oh no, Superman trying to get some energy from the crowd. Oh, charged across, lands the lariat. Nearly taking the head off of Omni-Man. I don't say that lightly when you're talking about Omni-Man. He's probably taking more than a few heads off at this time. It's just scary stuff. But here we go. Oh, landing one. One suplex followed by a clothesline, flipping Superman end over end. 1, 2, 3! And he gets the 3 count! Omni-Man! Again, like I said, on the same level of power, but you gotta give him the experience, and Omni-Man proves it. How about that? Did not see it coming. In his own home arena, Omni-Man shows up and takes out Superman. How about that? Oh, this is too good. He's definitely one of my new faves. Obviously, he's recently in the Mortal Kombat game. If you didn't know, his fatality is probably the most brutal of any I've ever seen. So, it's just too much fun. If you've stuck around, do the thing. Like, subscribe, follow the channel. Obviously, we do shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you'll just be in the know as far as what's coming up next. But until then, y'all have a good weekend, and we will see you next time. Good night.